Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Ooh, yes, here we go. We hopped up on that bus. Bert, chill, Hight, Roger, and Lowy, crushing friendly Gus. Bulldog vision, all these boys see is red. What a crappy life, R.I.P. Ed. Hight's GMC, you're collecting all the
What's
dust.
good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the one and only Big Ugly Sports Show. We are brought to you by Premier Properties of Dublin. Your first, your only, first and only source for mediocre sports coverage. Glad you're here with us this morning. It's hump day. We've got a great show on tap for you today. My name is Chill, the guy with the bad posture. The hairline is fading. The whole gang's here. Let me unmute them and let's bring them on. Sitting to my right, he's a UGA graduate. You hear it. He's a diehard dog. He can make a bottle of mouthwash stink. Thinks he's a 10, but he's really a 2.5. The pride of Buddy, Johnson, Road, Adam, Hight, Hightower.
You went a little bit soft on your own intro, Chill. Just saying.
There's always room for improvement. Sitting to his right, he's a Seminole for life. He's lost a ton of weight, but he's still fat. His diaper needs changing regularly. He's got a tick like slicing napkins for hands. He is big. He is sloppy. He is Big Raji.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Jace just loves that. Shout out to him.
And sitting across from him over here to my left, he's had a cup of coffee in the Marines. They call him short story long, survives daily off of 5-hour energy shots, comes weekly with 0% research, but always 100% passion. He's not afraid to get in his feelings. I'm talking about the bear, Mitch Lawhorn.
Good morning, folks. Nice to be back. Nice to be back on this bright and early morning.
I'm cranked up because Chuck brought that energy this morning.
He has.
Well, on the way in, I got some good rest last night. Went by, been under the weather, got me a couple shots yesterday, feeling a little better.
Took some shots?
Took some shots.
Well, you sound like Friday morning announcements at West Orange High School.
Medical
Shout
shot.
out McGill.
Medical shot.
No.
Medical shot.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. All right, man. Glad we're here this morning. Hey, without even blinking an eye, fellas, it's been 1 year. One year that the Big Ugly Sports podcast.
Mama, we made it.
We made it.
We never would have thought we'd been here. Look at all we've accomplished.
Thank you for creating this show.
Hey,
my pleasure. My pleasure. Yes,
boy, Hight.
yes. I'll take a bow.
The Big Ugly Sports Show. This is our 1 year anniversary, roughly our 49th, I think, episode, scheduled episode, along with some other interviews and things that we did. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, and I know Law hadn't been here, but maybe since May, we said?
May.
So he's on still
He's
in
been
year
a great addition, though. We wouldn't be where we are right now without you all.
So what's been a highlight, looking back over the year, what's been a highlight other than us having the most listeners we have ever had on our very first episode and on a steady decline since then? What's been the highlight?
I think it's me coming on the show. It's the highlight.
That's your personal highlight?
Personal.
Or is that our highlight?
That's y'all's highlight.
Okay.
It's me coming on the show.
No, that's not it.
Nor anybody else.
My favorite show to watch y'all's old ones is the golf one.
The Bus Masters?
I want to.
You're in
can't
this
wait
year.
to Masters
Yeah.
so I can participate in the Bus Masters.
What, Raji, what jumps out to y'all? Maybe a certain show or a certain thing we did that jumps out. For me, one of the things, the Bus Masters is always going to go down. It's just a great one. But I thought, thinking back to the UAB trip when Hight got the crowd fired up.
When he looked like a pterodactyl.
He looked like a pterodactyl in the bleachers. That was, and the crowd responded. I mean, Jelly went off.
And we won the game.
Won the game.
And we won.
Shout out UAB Blazers, Coach Pearson over there.
I can't wait till UAB and Jelly gets to team up with that boy Elijah when he comes back from overseas.
Oh, God.
They're gonna be tough, boy.
So what's something that's been a highlight that I thought
Probably the hardest I laughed, which is really how I gauge my fun, is how hard or how much I'm laughing, is the Hawks game with the foam fingers and the hat.
Agreed.
made a great episode too.
Yeah.
A lot of disappointed kids, but a lot of good laughs.
I would say my favorite part was probably the Hawks game when Hight got into it. That parent almost went to blows over that phone.
And got uncomfortable.
It did.
But
I mean, that was hilarious.
But Hight prevailed. Kids didn't play.
You remember what Aaron Tippin said?
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
That's right. And I had to stand up right there.
Was that Aaron too?
Yeah.
Dude had to rise up.
Got to stand for something.
He had to rise up for them phone fingers.
That's right.
Yeah. So one year.
You don't think that's Aaron too?
He's still replaying.
No, I don't. I'm trying to think.
It is.
I was thinking it was like Randy
Savage.
I knew that was coming.
No,
Randy Travis.
That's what I was thinking.
No, you're wrong.
Travis.
I still think too, like being able to like having Hank Williams come on, and do a song specifically for you.
That was good, Hank.
That's nice.
That's pretty good.
We just some numbers. We started off with 0 followers, obviously on YouTube.
We're up to 6.
We're up to 200 on YouTube, so not a ton, but over a year span, we'll take it. And then our social media, we're at like 615 on Facebook, and we're up over 900,
Over 800.
over 800 on Instagram. So maybe goals for this next year if we make it another year.
Break 1,000 on both.
Yep, double up. Yep, maybe push to 400 or 500 followers on YouTube. So that's kind of our goals. Appreciate all our loyal listeners that are dialed in every week, listen to the show. I talked to my dad over the phone the other day, and he said that he saw one of my buddies from high school, Bagel, shout out Bagel, at a football game, and I ain't talked to Bagel in a long time, and he told my dad that he don't miss a show, loves it. He has to drive to Savannah every week, every day for work, so he dials us up on Wednesdays. So
Appreciate you, Bagel. I don't know you. I've heard a lot of stories about you from Chuck and Buck, but.
And shout out to my wife. It's a birthday coming up Saturday. So, Bodie, not a loyal listener, closet listener, actually. AC tells me they listen every now and then. So, happy birthday to Shelby from the bus gang.
It's enough about you.
All right. Speaking of about us, me and Hight, we're going to recap. We're going to spend a little time here recapping a golf trip.
For the 100-year anniversary, can we do
100?
100?
I mean, no. For the one year anniversary, can we next week get the thing and go through the stages of Hight's mullet?
That would be good.
The phases.
I don't know if we have enough side shots.
And the stages
right
of Hight's bodybuild. Where he goes from swole to not a swole.
I've worked out. I'm sad too. I've worked out 3 times in a month, and it.
Well, you look great, Adam.
Can't tell.
You do look great.
You look great. Fantastic.
I went Monday, and I'm so weak.
And that mullet is coming in.
Lost it all that quick, or some of it.
Some of it. I'm still
strong now.
Heavy. No,
Hey.
I'm not.
What's the one in the Bible? Was it Samson, the power of the hair?
Yeah.
Here he is.
That
Exhibit A.
That mullet is coming in the back.
It looks fantastic.
Good.
So I want to, speaking of me and Hight, we had a great opportunity this past weekend. Shout out to Brad.
Excited to hear about this. Drop me some bread.
Brad and Jelly invited us on a golf trip up to Myrtle Beach. Went last Thursday through Sunday, and me and Hight got to go with a bunch of people, and it was a blast. And just recapping it, starting really on the ride up.
Well, if I could,
you can.
Before we left that morning, I almost died the day before.
That's fair.
I had an allergic reaction. Didn't have my EpiPen, and had to book it. I didn't know what was going on.
You have to give him mouth to mouth.
I wasn't with him.
I didn't know what was going on.
I'd have let him go.
I'd never had one. I'd never had allergic reaction before, and I was.
What did you eat?
No, it was from a allergy shot. That's one of the potential side effects. But anyhow,
Death.
Yes.
I'm not risking it. I'd just rather have allergies.
I went. I thankfully had a EpiPen in my truck and had to give it to myself and my leg.
Did your wife give you the allergy shot? She might have been trying to kill you.
No, she did. She did not give it to me.
Hindsight's like, obviously, we're super glad you're okay, Adam. We mean that. If we would have had a camera rolling, can you imagine if we'd had some footage of that? How funny that
It's
would have
great
been.
reality TV. If the panic in my face when I finally realized what was going on, hey, my throat's closing up right here.
I bet.
I think this is the same day they wouldn't respond on the
yes, fantasy football.
on the fantasy football.
Well, I mean, Hight was about dead, so.
I think fantasy football takes priority over Heights.
I did, but then Chuck called it. I give 0 craps about fantasy football, so I gave up on it.
I'm not good at it.
When I was near death, I was worried that it was going to mess up my golf trip. I was like,
but he pulled through.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
I can suck it up. My face swole up like the mask. Like,
he looked brand new when he came. So it started, with the ride up. We got to ride with Brad. He's got a super nice truck. Ford's got a lot of room in the back. Raji knows, and we're riding, and me and Hight's in the back seat, and we're just enjoying ourselves. And somehow we got to talk about the show a little bit, and they're tossing around some ideas, and I just look over at the corner of my eye, and I see that Hight is looking at a picture of us from the show. And he's zoomed in on him. Like, he's just... and I watch him, and he's just looking at himself. And
I honestly don't remember this. I promise you.
It was the epi.
Maybe you'll remember the next one. So then I
It
start
was the
laughing.
epi in him.
I start laughing, and Hight's like, I knew you were going to see me do that. And so then,
Zero recollection of that.
and then let's say it's
Not saying it didn't happen.
But why was he looking at himself? What do you think?
Oh,
was
he
thinking?
loved what he was looking at.
was
What
admiring.
picture was it?
And
From
just
the show. It was
smiling.
we were sitting
ear
up
to
here
ear.
from last week. I don't know if it was from that video of Raji.
Look at my.
Well, I mean, y'all want to look at my mullet. I want to look at my mullet too.
So then I look over there and Hight he shows me, he's like, man, this is a good picture, ain't it? And he shows me this picture, and it's from him in the dove field with his kids, but you can't see his kids.
That's a lie.
All
I
you
remember
see-
this.
you
I do
see him
remember this.
zoomed in on-
That's
you
a
see him-
complete lie.
Hight,
That's a lie,
I
Chuck.
brought attention to you. Said that's not what I meant, and you unzoomed.
No, because I only had one child that was zoomed out.
Well, why wasn't he in
Your
there?
least favorite.
Because I was trying to show. No, he's not my least favorite. He's not my least favorite.
I told Hight, I said, yeah, that's a good picture of you, man. And then,
Shut up.
and
I
then,
do remember this.
and then
Did
3
he
minutes,
have his pistol on his hip?
and then 3 minutes later, 3 minutes later, it was his profile picture.
Chuck gave me a seal of approval. I had to put it up there. Oh boy!
That shirt, that new Duffield shirt. Too. He had that.
Can you talk about how he played? You know, because Hight's very humble when it comes to golf. So
Yeah.
can you talk about how he played? You know, some things that he did.
So we came out day one, and it was, you got to play your own ball, which is not something we regularly do.
Right.
We're more scramble guys. Well, the first day we come out there, and Hight was off. He didn't have a good first day. New clubs, warming up.
Yeah.
First time I've ever swung them. Fully regretted purchasing those clubs at this point.
And I played as obviously as
We
good as I
just
was going to
happened to
play
be
the
alive
trip.
at the time.
Yeah.
You could have died the day before.
Yeah.
So you
fair.
have to pull points based on your handicap on each hole. So me and Hight in a cart, we're all on a team, and so we give ourselves a number. We as a team need to get to. Keep in mind, I keep saying team, and we it's like we got to get to this. We got to pull our own. And the first day, I helped us. The second day, I didn't play well, and Adam played really well and pulled our points. And then the third day, he outplayed me also and pulled more points.
Good job, Mike.
That's nice.
But
2 out
one
of
thing I
3.
learned,
2
another
out of 3
thing,
days.
because I love my boy Hight, and Hight, he's got ADD, admittedly, and
Yeah.
he self-prescribed, he whatever.
Evaluated.
Yeah, and he said he
allergy
needs some
problems,
medicine because he forgets things, and that's just Hight. But
He has been known.
one thing I figured out about Hight this weekend though is like when he's laser focused, he's laser focused.
Yeah, he's dialed in. He's ready to roll.
Mhm. And on this golf trip, when we were on that golf course, Hight was laser focused on Hight. Okay, and let me explain.
Not on golf.
No,
just
no.
on Hight.
Well, it included golf, but on him, yeah. So, me and him are in a cart together, and come to find out, I think all Hight wanted to do. Now we're on a team.
I feel like you do the same thing.
Well, we were all laser. But Hight was laser focused on one beating me, and we're on the same team. And so,
Chuck, now did I not say I'm cheering for you, but I still want to beat you? And I told you a couple times I was torn on whether or not I wanted to cheer for you or root against you, like as far as how good you were playing because you're beating me. And I mean,
but we're on a team. Me and you, same team.
This was the
am I not
same
supposed-
scramble. The same conversation I had on the scramble when we were in the scramble is, good Lord, if we're on a team, I couldn't imagine our worst enemy on the golf course because just putting each other down.
this
that's
is
what
from
we do.
You
That's what we
asked
do.
Chuck. I can't fully quote what you said, but you want to know what was he looking at when he
Well,
was
it was nowhere close to the hole. I don't even know. I don't even know what he was looking at. Like
So
he closed
circling
his
back,
eyes.
I'm pretty sure I know where this is going because there was the second day I drove, and twice that I recall.
No, hold on. I'll get there. Hold on. So
Jump ahead. We're trying to hear.
Hold on. So we're on the same team, right? We're trying to pull points. And the first day we came close pulling our points or whatever. And I'm constantly like, I'm the guy out there for the most part anyways. I'm trying to boost up. I'm telling, hey, good shot, dude. Like we needed that great putt. Because when you're not playing good, you need that. Well,
Or you doing that
circle
to
to
be
day 2 when I'm not playing good.
sarcastic.
I'm getting nothing. I'm getting no like, hey, dude, you're good. Let's go. You all right? Come on, man.
That's a lie.
Height, none.
Remember me saying, "Man, that's a great drive right there," and then you pulled your through. I said, "Why don't you hit your driver? You've been hitting the driver well." And then
But I hadn't been hitting the well, so I knew I couldn't tell where you were going. And you never know where you come from.
Listen, you just-
So then,
what am I supposed to
You're
do?
trying your best. You're
So
trying your
trying.
best to hype him up.
So
I mean, there were no good things for me to bring up. I try to bring up something.
Man, hey, you drinking that water better than anybody else on the golf course right now.
so listen, on day 2, the second part of day 2, that afternoon we play a scramble. Okay, well, scramble is you play now we're still on the team, me and Hight and Jelly and Brad. Jelly and Brad are good. So we're playing a scramble. Most of the time we're going to take their shots. Well, scramble means you're playing the best person shot from each shot, right?
Right.
So in typical fashion, there were several holes where I go right or left off the fairway, and Hight goes the opposite, right or left off the fairway. We don't never hardly go right beside each other. So we pull over to my ball. I hop out. I see it in the woods right over here. I hop out, jog over to pick my ball up. I turn around. Hight's gone. I don't have a club. Dude. We're not playing my ball. He is going laser focused to go get his stuff and get his ball.
The golf guys are getting you because when we played at Riverview, very similar thing.
That's not
yes,
true.
It is.
Thank you, Law. Thank you, Law, for bringing that up.
Your ball's up there by the hole.
In your cart.
Maybe we were riding in there. We were riding in the cart.
Just took off.
When Roger hit
forgot
my ball,
we were playing
I was trying to find my ball. Chuck said, "My ball's up there. I don't really care where your ball is." No, nobody helped me out.
Keep infiltrating these lies. Yeah, that happened more than once. I don't even have a club. Twice. I don't even have a club. I'm standing over here. I'm like,
I forgot that we were playing a scramble. We had been playing it all day, and I was locked in on us. Yeah.
You was focused on your next shot.
It's on me. I was worried about trying to play better for the team.
Yeah. So that was the trip, and there was a couple times where
there's a lot of pressure when you're the best player in your cart.
That's fair. At that time he was.
That's fair.
There was also a couple times where we'd pull up. Naturally, my ball, we're searching for it, I'm searching for it. And Hight goes to look, leaves me to go look for his. I find mine, walk up to the green or whatever, and then Hight wants all of us to go help find his ball after he found it.
Same. I hit mine in the fairway, and I'm like, God, I don't know how you lose a ball in the fairway. I don't know how you lose a clown over there hits my ball out the middle of the fairway.
Water.
Well, I had to find the best ball.
You're mixing trips. Law, you're confusing the guests. They're mixing trips.
Because that's exactly what you did to me. The golf gods got you.
Here's one thing I would like to point out, though.
Okay.
When people start pointing fingers,
right?
There's always fingers pointing back.
How many of them?
Depends on if 3 is what it's looking like right there. But
was there a time at any point where Hight maybe drove into the fairway, and instead of getting his rangefinder to find the green, he turned around to see how far his drive was?
He did that. Yes, he did that.
Did that a couple times.
And then ask everybody if they saw how far he hit that drive. Meanwhile, the two in the other cart, they blasted every time. Right. Hight's like, "Did y'all see that? It's got to be 350."
That's a lie. That's a lie.
The number was a lie.
I never said, "Did y'all see how far I hit that ball?" I never said that.
I can think on the one where you hit it far to the left, and you got down there. You looked and said, "God, y'all see that?" That's exactly what you did. I
can see you did.
And then pulled the rangefinder and turns to the tee box and shoots the tee box to get his yardage.
Oh, I smoked it too.
Listen, before the finger thing, we got to take a break real quick. Can you hold on to that real quick? We got to take a quick commercial break. Y'all stay with us.
I'm gonna lose my momentum, but go ahead.
No, the momentum we're gonna bring it back. Make sure you stay with us. Let's take a chance and take a moment here from our sponsors. For all of your commercial and residential real estate, as well as property management needs, give Premier Properties of Dublin a call at 478-274-1606. Their customer service is unmatched, and I can personally guarantee that they will work with you to get you the deal that you want. Again, that's Premier Properties at 478-274-1606.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
Are you tired of overpaying for your cable? Do you feel like you're not getting your money's worth? I've got just the solution for you. J2 Streaming Services. With over 9,000 live channels and packages starting at $15 a month. Visit www.j2streaming.com.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
Big Peach Car Wash, located across from Walmart on Highway 80. They will be breaking ground soon. Make sure for all your car washing and vehicle needs to stop by Big Peach Car Wash, located across from Walmart on Highway 80. Black Shear Beverage with 2 locations, located in the Cordele area on Highway 280 and Georgia 300. For all your beverage needs, be sure to stop by Black Shear Beverage.
Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties. We're here. We've been recapping the Myrtle Beach golf trip from this past weekend. Hight, get that momentum back when there's one finger pointing.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say, I don't have anything bad to say about you or any of my playing partners. Because that's really just the mindset I bring. Is I don't look for the worst in people. I don't keep score. Of what people did or didn't do on the trip.
In the scramble, I vividly remember you standing up and saying, "That's 3 shots of mine we took and none of yours." That ain't score.
I'm talking about.
We're talking about in live. In live, he don't keep scoring in live.
And see, you see how he continues to try to spin and twist everything to make to where.
Oh, I thought
He's the protagonist here, and I'm the antagonist.
Right.
That's that standard of Chuck to stir the pot and try to make everybody else look bad. So why does he do that?
So I look better.
So that he looks better.
That's right. I
but
agree with that.
in that game, we were you and I were playing a game. It was a competition.
Well, when you mentioned it was 3-0, then the game started.
No, the game started before that because you took the lead.
Now, it's
early.
crazy how you don't remember anything, but you remember these specifics.
Well, I didn't remember it till you brought it up, and it just jogged my memory.
Okay.
Well, and kind of.
Well, I couldn't. I didn't have anything bad to say about. My partners either, because you wouldn't, because you didn't see us. You were just.
That's a lie.
My
comment about helping me find the ball was you and I had been talking about how Jelly and Brad were so good at finding the ball off the tee box.
When they hit it in the fairway, it's not hard to find it.
No, but even in the woods,
dude, they would ride by at full speed and they would glance. There's your ball, and keep rolling, and we couldn't. We're all over it. We can't find it.
You don't have the best eyesight either. No?
That's fair.
What you got, Russ?
Well, I just kind of wanted to, a loyal listener of the show kind of reached out to me this weekend to talk about a potential situation that happened. And it just happens to kind of roll into things that we're talking about Hight here. And
coincidentally,
it just happened to happen at the same time.
Hey, on our 1 year anniversary, get on the guy who created the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, what better way to do it?
So really, just from what I was told, it started with bad communication. Which is.
Now, that would be the second person that works in our school system that said something about bad communication on his part.
Okay, well, so basically, from what I was told, Hight, was not there Thursday or Friday to drive the bus route. Well, then the person that was driving Hight's route drove a spare bus that was here at the high school. So he had to go. Well, when he goes to go get the bus the next day, gone, not on the lot anywhere. There's only 2 buses on the lot. And neither of them are.
88 wasn't there?
88 was not there. Gone. Hold on. I'll let you respond. Hold on.
Let me keep a running tab of all the accusations everybody.
So it was gone, right? The bus was gone. So he had to drive another spare. And apparently the number was 0469, I think, or something like that. I don't know if that's. But so there was no bus on the lot. The only other one was 1385. So your bus was nowhere to be found. Also. Again, this is just from an extremely reliable source. I'm not. Listen, I ain't trying to say nothing. I ain't trying to say nobody's names. But he was not going to get paid because you didn't turn in a sheet for him to get paid.
What?
I've never turned in a sheet have you ever turned in a sheet?
I've never turned in a sheet.
No, he was saying, according to him, because the loyal listener also reached out to me, but according to him, you did not notify the higher-ups that he was driving. They never would have known that he was driving, so he wouldn't have gotten paid. You would have gotten paid.
When I submit my timesheet to the person, that's when they are notified.
Well, normally we text the lovely Miss Angie Woodall.
Shout out Angie.
So when I got back, okay, the bus 88 was not there. 1385 was the bus they put in its place. They didn't tell me anything. Nobody told me anything either. Here's what I knew. I made a map. I hand delivered the map.
Well, I was also told that when you went to ask about the bus, like, would you drive the route? It was not like, hey, can you do this and give me like a couple days? It was one of those. He said, maybe, and you said, all right, here's the map.
That's not true. I asked him when we were watching the FSU-LSU game, and he agreed to do it.
I don't know why all these people keep making all these lies about you. I don't like it.
Well, it's because it makes good. They think it makes good radio. I suppose that's Raji is like.
Well, now hold on. He's just a middleman.
No, Raji is never ever been accused of being a go-getter. But if he sniffs any story about Hight doing something wrong, this dude is the most.
He got some notes over there.
He's most proactive person
on his phone.
I can't help that people came to me. I didn't go to them.
My boy, listen. I'll say this. I'm appreciative of Thompson covering the bus route, and he can say whatever he wants to about me.
Call him out by name.
Hey, he can say whatever he wants. I appreciate it. He covered me, and I knew whenever Thompson agreed to do it that I didn't have to sweat. I didn't have to worry about it. He was going to show up and take care of business.
And that's a big deal because very seldom does he cover bus routes. Very seldom.
He only does it for his good friends.
Yeah.
Well, normally he's got softball after school.
But, I had morning.
Oh, he covered a morning route?
Yeah, 2 morning routes.
That is big time.
Yeah. Now, I do have another friend who has called me in a tight spot before, needing me to drive for his football team. And I had to give up Sunday service at church with my family to do it. And I told him I really didn't want to, but I would anyway because I thought about them youngins not having a way to go to church. And so, but then when I asked him to drive for me, he told me, no, I can't do it.
Who are we referring to since we're dropping names?
Well, he won't listen, but his name's Eddie Hayward, Junebug Floyd the 14th. And he put a guilt trip on me.
You covered for me during wrestling season. Well,
he won't return the favor?
I was on my deathbed during wrestling.
I don't remember that. I'm glad you pulled through, though. See, I don't keep score. I don't remember doing that for you.
The varsity tombstone.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that now that you brought it up. But now Eddie Floyd, boy, he wants you to do a favor for him, bend over backwards, inconvenience your family. But when you need him to do anything, no, I ain't doing that. I can't do it.
I got the boys.
All right, so we're going to move on to another segment here of the show. Before we do our football picks for the week, we've got a special guest this morning. He's going to join us over here on set. And he's a former offensive coordinator here, good friend of ours. Not going to listen to the show probably, but Coach Respert's over here with us today. Coach, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How we doing?
Doing good, man. We're glad you're on site with us. And so we've got a new segment we're going to intro this week called Respert's Recap. And we're going to he was the center at Tennessee, All-American center. And so we're going to diehard Tennessee.
Hold on. Five star. And if you remember correctly, I was at North South Conrad. So I make sure that you put some respect on my name.
So he played at Tennessee. He's a diehard Tennessee fan, and you got Tennessee right now sitting at 2-0 in the SEC. So each week we may dive in and let him just kind of tell us a little bit his thoughts on Tennessee. And we're not even going to look in the past. They 2-0 and they heading into the swamp to take on Florida. Coach, give me how you think Milton and the guys are going to do down there in the swamp?
Honestly, personally, I think we're going to be phenomenal. I sit there and I look back at the way that we're able to throw the football. We can run the ball. It really reminds me when I was there when I was creating running lanes on A-gap. It just reminds me of that way. I don't think they got a good tight end like we did with Jason Wittens, but receivers, they're good. They're phenomenal. I can tell you this. They stay on that blue line. They're going to stay on that blue line, and they're going to catch the ball when it's thrown to them.
Well, tell me, and we can come back to Tennessee, but I heard you say blue line, and I remember coaching here. We had a receivers coach that struggled to get that concept of wanting his receivers to stay on the blue line.
That's at the end of the day, that's coaching. It's coaching.
That's just.
And who was that coach?
That was Stephen Edwards. And it's not very difficult to just stay on the blue line. And then what gets me is if you don't talk about it, be about it. That's a big thing with me, right? So, he tried to check me one time. I told him, keep that same energy, Steve. All you got to do is stay on the blue line and catch the ball. So catch the ball, move. It's not that difficult.
So speaking of, him having a confrontation with a coach, just tell us about that time. Break down the time that you almost killed Hightower that day.
Well, I was on the side listening to the show already this morning, and it sounds like this has to be a theme with Hightower. Hightower's a good dude, he really is. But at the end of the day, it comes to lack of communication, and it comes back to Hightower not being an adult. And he didn't do what he was supposed to do as a father and as a coach, and as a leader of a program. And he didn't communicate well, and I just had to let him know, and I had to put my foot down and let him know that you got to do a better job. And if you can't do it, then I'm gonna bust your head to the white meat if you can't get it right.
Speaking of white meat, there was another coach that you had a little bit of conversation with on the practice field about the white meat. What happened with that?
Not to go into too much absolutely specific detail right now, but. It was a coach that basically was out there trying to get our starting quarterback hurt because he was wanting to go put 25 guys on field goal block to get our quarterback hurt. And we ain't having that. We wasn't going to have that. And I had to let them know that we not going to operate in that fashion. And if you can't get on board with it, then I'll handle it when we get to the locker room. And that's what happened. It's not very difficult to be an adult, to be a father, and to do and to make sure that you're doing things the right ways. It's not difficult.
That's all right. Well, Coach, we appreciate you on the set today. Good luck to you Vols this weekend.
Thank you. Yes, it's an absolute blessing, absolute great opportunity to be able to be here. Thank you.
Coach Jason Resper there. Coach, we appreciate it. All right. Let's any rebuttals there, any comments on that?
No, it was all factual.
That is definitely factual.
So when you hear I think it was you said it the other day, which makes it funny because after you said I realized I'm like that too. When I think of Resper talking, it's in Rogers' voice. Like I don't even hear Resper talking anymore. It's just Rogers. It's in Rogers' impersonation.
I was upset. We had a volleyball game at Veterans yesterday after school, and I seen him coming off the practice field, but I never saw Resper. I don't know. I'm sure he was.
How you missed him?
Well, I mean, I seen the team coming off the practice field, and normally when we play at Veterans, he'll come in there to see the girls like Stella and them. But
big game this week.
He didn't never come in there.
I had to watch a little film probably.
Getting some post-practice individual work with his quarterbacks.
Them Raiders volleyball played really well yesterday. Didn't quite come up with the win.
Did good coaching,
but against 6A veterans,
good job,
they
Miss
played
Moore.
them really tight, Miss Moore.
Good job, Coach Moore.
Good job, Coach Moore.
Mm-hmm.
We got a
shout out, Coach Moore,
and her bus driver.
Coach Lawhorn. Good job, bus driver, Coach Lawhorn. Got them there safe. Got them home safe.
All right, let's get our picks for this week. We'll do a couple, and then we'll take our last commercial break and come back. But we decided this week to mix in a little NFL. So we got 5 college, 5 NFL. Standings though.
Tricep looks great. While you're looking at it,
I was scratching my arm. Am I not?
It's got smaller.
Dude, let him scratch his arm, bro.
It's got smaller.
So the bus overall standings. I'm not proud here, but I gotta give them the way they are. Through 2 weeks, we got Law and Raji tied atop the leaderboard at 11-9. 11-9. So if you've been betting
average,
if you've been betting pacifically with them, you're up. You're up a little money. Okay. Hight coming in third at 10-10. So you'd be dead even on your money. And then Chili Dog coming in a slim fourth at 7-13. So you'd be upside down about half of what you put in right now, which is standard operating.
Don't bet with Chili.
I can tell you that. I'm terrible when it comes to that. So our celebrity guest peakers. Jay
How
Breezy.
many of us got our locks right last week?
We all did.
Every lock was right.
Yeah, because you had the same one I did, which is not
I thought.
Yeah. So.
I didn't know you were picking them.
Well, if you listen to the show, you'd know. And you sent me your stuff after the show.
I wasn't here.
You sent me your stuff like 3 days later.
I only watch it if I'm on there.
Yeah.
I'm joking. We did just watch it this week, though. We watched it Monday.
So our guest picker, Jay, or better referred to as
Big Bowl of Sherbert.
Sherbert, is sitting at 7-3, and Jace, rough week last week for Jace, coming in at 4-6. So we don't have anybody coming on air this morning, but we will get somebody else's picks to keep the celebrity guest pickers going so we can keep it updated. So let's dive in. Let's talk a little college football right after this commercial break. Stay right here with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you here by Premier Properties of Dublin. It's time for our college football picks. So, keying on so far, you need to really dial into what Roger and Law's saying, and then you could still dial in a little bit to what Hight's saying and dial in 0 to my picks. So, let's start.
Basically, pick the opposite of you.
Pick the opposite, and you'd be 7-3, yep. Or
13-7.
I think you're going with your heart too much.
I do go with my heart a lot.
I seen.
But there was one pick. Well, I picked Tulane last week too. That was just because I pulled a Kirk Herbstreit when the whole panel had picked one. I just went with the other just to make it different. And that, for a while, it looked like I might have had a shot in that game, but I ended up coming back with a L. So let's start. Florida State, big ACC matchup, minus 25.5 at Boston College. Hight, no nation. They're reeling right now, 2-0. Where they ranked at, Raji? Ooh, number 3. If you'd have said that 2 years ago, no.
I mean, I predict.
I need them to keep rolling. I need to keep rolling.
Well, you've predicted them to be up there about every year, so eventually one of them had to hit.
Well, I said by the time that they got towards year 5 that they would be in the college football playoff, and right now they're based on doing that.
What year is this?
Is this year 4?
So we got
our preseason picks. Here? I picked them.
Yeah, we've had.
I know, but I can't remember when it caps out. Is this the last year they've got to get into the Final Four?
Yeah, because unless they are a Final Four team in the 12 next year.
So they got 2 more shots at it.
Yeah, get in there. This year and next year.
I mean, if they can't make it in the 12.
No, they have to be a top 4.
Oh, I get you.
They got to make it to the Final Four.
Because we made the bet before we knew that there was going to be a 12-team playoff.
Right.
And Raji thinks
make it this
year's better shot, right?
It should wrap it up.
This is our year. All right, Raji. All right, Hight, who you taking? A lot of points.
I know you mentioned weather coming over there.
They got that hurricane going up.
If the game is played, I'll take FSU to cover.
Okay, for FSU to cover. Raj?
Same.
Same.
It's going to be an ugly, sloppy game, but FSU's going to win probably about 35.
Yikes. I got Boston College covering.
Did you say it's the red bandana game?
It is.
Okay.
With
9-11, fresh off 9-11, I got to roll with BC too. To cover 26, so 25.5. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean,
7-14.
All right.
Hold on. They just beat Holy Cross by 3 points, just for the record.
A lot of emotion in this game.
Score's going
And a big letdown for Florida State.
No, they played Southern Miss last week and won by 53.
I'm aware. Well, can I make a pick or no?
That's what's a terrible pick.
45 to 24.
Are you picking UGA or South Carolina when we get there?
Final score 45.
Are we going there now?
Mm-hmm. We can't. Let's go ahead. UGA, South Carolina.
I'm taking UGA.
Good pick.
Yeah, exactly. So shut up.
They're going to win and cover. UGA's going to win and cover.
Yeah,
all right.
Agreed.
We didn't say Boston College is going to win.
That's fine. Listen, Law. You're allowed to have a pick.
I mean,
You're allowed to pick.
You are dumb. You are dumb.
You're allowed.
I kind of want to go USC here because Georgia
USC Junior.
Yeah, because Georgia let me down last weekend. They missed covering by half a point. I'll take USC in the points.
I would always say leave Georgia off our pick'ems because it's kind of like Notre Dame.
Please don't comment if you've got ice in your mouth.
Which is.
I wasn't chewing it until you said that. I was just holding it.
Just holding it in there, letting it melt.
But you want to make
that chaw with ice.
Asinine statement. That's not a curse word.
Good. I'm proud of it. I don't know where I thought you.
That's just a $10
You wanted to
word.
say the other, didn't you?
It's a $10 word. You know what I mean? Don't tell them.
All right, I'll take UGA to cover the 27.5. All right, LSU.
Does the running back room scare you a little bit though?
It does.
Season?
It does. And our offensive line's run game period right now. But I was reading something where they're aware of that. Tate Ratledge and them are aware of what they got to do.
I really think they're going to open it up this week. They've been as vanilla as you possibly can. I think they're going to open it up, and I think it'll be close in the first quarter, and I think Georgia's going to separate and drag.
So I'll take UGA to cover. All right, LSU minus 10.5 at Mississippi State on the road. Heading to start Vegas.
Last year, Mississippi State beat them. I think it was week 3, but I'm taking LSU to win and cover this week.
Law?
I got Mississippi State winning and cover.
Oh, outright win? This will be, what are they, Super Dog? Super Dog pick? Okay, I like it.
I like it.
All right.
I'm going to take Mississippi State in the points.
I'll take LSU to cover. Minus 10.5. I'm going to have to go back and listen to the show, type all this up because I ain't got time right now. So, we got War Eagle Nation, the real War Eagle according to Law, right?
They're both their mascots. And by the way, I lived at Georgia Southern, so like I can Athens. This guy can say, "Well, you can't be a real Georgia fan because you didn't go to."
I've never said that.
You did tell me that.
Serious. I've never said it being serious.
In my classroom, you told me that.
I did tell you that, but I wasn't being serious.
You're not a real Georgia fan. I knew they're not called War Eagle, clown.
That jump was funny.
It was hilarious.
It was funny.
I mean, I know, but I mean, you're gonna. Last week I wasn't on the show, and I noticed on the show you're saying that idiot. He's so stupid. He thought they were the Warriors.
I did not say that.
I didn't know. This clown said it.
Did I say that?
Yes, I wanted to call you. I think it was like 10 o'clock. Me and Haley were watching it on the back porch. I was like, I'm going to call Adam. I'm pissed. I was like,
idiot.
What, did he actually think I thought they were the War Eagles? I said, go back and watch the episode. I was making a joke.
Listen, there's no holds barred when you're not here to defend yourself.
And sometimes even when you're sitting here, the first 30 minutes of the show would just be about how.
That is,
listen, we'll get more.
The whole show was about just hammering you.
We're going to get. There's been a few of those that we've had. We're going to get more texts about this show. I'm calling though about people that enjoy it. So, Hight, the fact that you started the show and you're willing to take all that,
I'm basically the centerpiece of the show.
There's no question.
We created it.
And for you to be able to take it and wear it. We as a bus team, we are super grateful for.
Hey,
all of us can't take it.
It's because I care about my fans. I care about my fans the way I do. I'm willing to lay it on the line for them.
And we appreciate that.
And they appreciate it.
For the 1 year anniversary show, we decided to pick on Adam since you were the show creator. And this is your show.
This is
your podcast.
Thank you.
I've tried to convince him to take some more ownership in some of the things we've got going on behind the scenes, and he's taking on a little bit. And we mentioned giving you some responsibility, Raj. Where are you at on that? Like maybe a couple of posts here and there just to lighten the load for us. Because up until this point, and you're a new addition, so I mean,
I don't want any extra responsibility.
Right. Nor does anybody.
I don't like any of the responsibility I have currently. If I could give y'all some of that, like one of my kids.
Yeah, but we're speaking.
I mean, any responsibility I have.
We're speaking Pacific to the show here. So right now, for the last year, Raji has showed up and talked on that mic and went home, and that's it.
and I'm going to continue to do that.
No, we're going to give you a little more ownership going forward.
I'm out.
You're not.
He did drive us to Toombs County.
Yeah, but that's because he's got a Tonka toy, and we wanted to be seen in it.
Yeah, and we also took my truck to UAB.
You were already up there.
No, I wasn't.
And you weren't already up that way?
I still drove 2.5 hours and drove us around Birmingham and drove back.
Were you compensated for it?
And drove No.
You weren't compensated?
Yeah, we gave you gas money. You remember?
Yeah,
I calculated the miles and
Yeah, that's right.
They had it written down to the pennies. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, off track.
$12.63.
Raj, Georgia Southern plus 19.5 at Wisconsin. Or you want to go first, Iceman?
I'll go.
Go ahead, bud.
Now his beard's tickling the mic.
I got Georgia Southern covering.
Okay, Georgia Southern's been on a tear, man.
But this gonna be a tight game. It's a big one to watch.
It's a big, yeah.
I'll take War Eagle.
War Eagle can go Georgia Southern Nation.
I'll take Wisconsin.
I picked against Georgia Southern last week.
Yeah, you took Diffler.
I took Trent Diffler in the game, and that bit me. So I'm gonna go with Southern taking the points to cover at Wisconsin. We've already talked USC Georgia.
Wisconsin.
All right, a good one that I seem to always find myself watching would be the Tennessee Florida game. So you've got Tennessee traveling to the Swamp. Not a lot of points here.
Can we real quick while we're doing game picks? Can we just bring back the acknowledge that how Hight thought the North Carolina App State game was stupid? It was a dumb idea last week.
What did he say? I don't remember on the show. I couldn't recall. But
Why are we doing this?
No, that's not what I said.
This is a dumb game.
That's not what I said.
You're dumb if you pick this.
Nope, never said that.
Adam Lowe texts us about it in the group. So
App State
he must have
upset some.
What did you say?
Man, they didn't know.
You said we've got a really interesting game right here. I said, why is this game so interesting? Because I just genuinely wanted to know, but I forgot.
It was genuine. You weren't being no sarcasm. It was genuine.
You weren't generally asked saying anything.
Yes, and so, but of course, we got a bunch of sensitive people around here.
I wasn't here. You can't blame it on me.
And so now it's that I'm running. Whoever picked the game, and I think he put that game up there. So of course that's why he's barking.
Ended up being a good game to pick.
Overtime thriller.
But I never said it wouldn't be a good game. I just was curious why you thought it, because it didn't jump out to me as a great game.
Well, you were dumb. You are dumb.
Yeah. Okay,
you're stupid for thinking.
All right, Tennessee minus 6.5 at Florida. We'll start with you, Raj. What you got?
Well, going back to kind of what Respert said earlier, I mean, I like Tennessee.
What did he say?
Huh?
What did Respert say?
Oh, he's already left.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he'll come back next week.
What would he have said if you thought he was going to say? What would he have?
I think he's just going to talk about Milton just throwing the ball around really well, and they'd be physical up front.
Okay.
I like the Vols.
Okay.
I'll go Vols.
Vols.
Yeah, I think Tennessee also. All right, so little NFL action. How about them Falcons, Raj?
Hey, rise up, man.
Dude.
1-0.
Now listen, Bijan looked really good, but we still let go Jalen Carter. I don't know if you guys watched him at all against the Patriots, but
Monster.
he was a force.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? Bijan looked good. He could have looked worse than me, but I thought he was. I mean, that first touchdown they had was pretty sick.
Threw the swing.
Ritter's got to play better.
Well, and the thing is, he threw for 83%, but he had like
75 yards.
Yeah, he had like 120 yards.
But he didn't turn the ball over.
He didn't.
So that was big. But I think we're going to need a little more out of him. I love Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and then add Patterson.
Pitts had 2 catches. Patterson didn't play, and Drake London had 0 catches.
Yeah,
and not many
Drake
targets.
London is a bust. It seems like.
I just think
Too early to tell.
I don't think there was no.
He hasn't had a good quarterback.
They only threw at him once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That catch Pitts made was pretty good in coverage.
I wish they would use Pitts.
That's where Ritter had most of his yards. He just hurled that thing up there, and Pitts went and got it.
Yeah,
but I think there's some weapons out there.
I like
Ritter can get them the ball.
Mm-hmm. I think the guy is it Matt Collins, the guy with the fro. I think he's going to be pretty good too.
Hollins.
Yeah,
is that what you said?
Yeah.
So, and they're all in on Ritter too, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got Taylor Heineke behind him, who's played some good reps. But all right, so we've got Green Bay coming into Atlanta. Atlanta's getting 1.5 at home. Start with you, Hight.
I'll take Green Bay.
Yikes!
Well, I don't believe in the Falcons until they really prove to me.
I like the Falcons this year. I really like them. I want them to go to the playoff. I want them. I think they will.
So you're taking Atlanta here?
Yeah, I'm taking Atlanta.
I'm taking the Pack.
Really?
Yeah, I just think it's a
Jordan Love. I mean,
well, I think it's a bad matchup. I mean, I know Chicago's not really good, but they went out to Chicago and put up 38, and I don't think the secondary is a lot better. But I think Jordan Love right now, even though he's not great, is better than Bryce Young. They got better weapons than Carolina had, and they've got Aaron Jones, who's better than anyone.
I didn't realize until I watched the game that Thielen was in Carolina.
Yeah. So I'm going to take Green Bay.
I'm going to take the Falcons. I'm going to take the other approach. I'm going to believe in them until they tell me otherwise. So I'll take them. Over under real quick, Falcons wins. We might have did this a few weeks ago, but now that we've seen them, do they have more than 8.5 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the division's bad.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Kansas City, the Chiefs, giving up 3 points going into Jacksonville. That'll be a good game. Start with you, Law.
I like this. They're my sleeper now. I like Jacksonville. Jacksonville,
Jags?
yes.
So
I'm
to
taking
win it?
Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville to win their division.
Do you like them to win this game or win with the points?
You'll win this game.
Is Kelsey back?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's the big.
That's the big question mark. I think that their offense has to have him in it to really function at all. I guess hit on all cylinders.
Which the lines are really good too, but
Yeah.
they didn't got to sing.
Yeah. So I'm on. If Kelsey, gosh, I just don't know if Kelsey's in. I'll take Jacksonville.
I'm gonna take the Jags.
I'm gonna take the Jags.
Shout out, Gabe.
That's where I was going. Duval.
Gabe's a big. He back in the day when we were on the east side when they were trashed.
He's been ride or die.
He's been right.
When he was a little boy, they came. Jaguars was the expansion team.
That's right.
Yeah,
I think he's at the Million Pines Festival or something like that.
Down there in Eddie's town.
When he told me this story, he had a tear in his eye just remembering.
Oh, I'm going to go with the Jags also. And, Kelsey's probably not in a rush to get back because I think he's caught wind that, him and his brother's podcast got a little competition coming from us. So he's probably trying to step it up.
Trying to date Taylor Swift.
Yeah. And getting declined.
God forbid she'll write you don't want to date her. She's going to write a song about you.
Yes, she will. All right, Law, Baltimore, the Ravens, +3 heading into Cincinnati.
I like
Cincinnati looked raggedy last week.
They sure did. That's how I like the Ravens. Just how bad Cincinnati looked.
Shout out, Monkey.
And I hate it because I like the quarterback.
Yeah, I'd take Baltimore as well.
Baltimore down to running back, too. Dobbins out for the year, right?
Yeah, but he's been hurt his entire career there. I'll take Baltimore.
I'll go against the panel here. I'll take Joey Burrows and Cincy coming into Cincy after
Joey Bucks Burrow.
Yeah, little Joel.
I like him
Joel Burrow
coming back,
Joel Burrow
leading that team, doing a better job than last week.
Yeah, they're back at home. They had a lot of film to watch. So I'm gonna go with Cincy. All right, Raji, 49ers -7.5 heading to face on Stetson Bennett and the Rams.
Big Stetson Bennett. Big
Isn't he QB too?
Don't do it.
I think he might be.
Big surprise
he made the roster
for them beating the Seattle last week. But the way that San Fran went and played against who was it?
They smoked them, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head who they beat, but they look really good. So I'm gonna take San Fran.
I've always missed Shanahan, man, being with the Falcons. The dude's a wizard.
Yeah, I'll take Niners.
Niners.
I like the Rams.
Man, this is a tough one. I think
Hold on. What's the points on that?
7.5.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a lot of points for an NFL game.
Yeah.
I'll take the Rams. Shout out Stetson. If Stetson comes in to mop up time, good or bad.
Dude, that's not even that good, bro.
Hey, listen, any team that's got QB 1 and 2 from Georgia, tough to go against. They're winners.
You know what? I'm taking the Rams. Have you seen the Kurt Warner movie?
No. It just looks like poor acting. I won't watch it.
Dude, you need to watch it. It's good.
Is it legitly good?
It's legit pretty good. Like I really enjoyed it.
I'll watch it.
I'm picking the Rams because of the Kurt Warner movie.
All right, last game on the slate. We had the Jets originally, but with A-Rod going down this past week, no longer interesting game. Hard Knocks wasted their time. So we got the Dolphins -2.5 heading over to New England. And Roger, you said there's a little weather going to be there?
Yeah, well, just like the Boston College Florida State game, they got the hurricane that's coming up. It's supposed to hit that area. And the Dolphins are known. They threw for 300-something yards last week against the Chargers. Tyreek had like 200 yards receiving.
They said, what was his announcement? He was going to have 2,000. He had predicted him to have 2,000 receiving yards this year.
Well, right now he's on that pace.
Well, I saw something this after game when he's on track for 3,000.
Yeah, he is. There's nobody that can run with him in the NFL.
Shout out Coffee County. Shout out Cam Morgan.
Yeah, how about that?
Loyal bus listener still, and original bus cast with us. So Cam Morgan just over there coaching in Coffee County. That's love.
I'm going to take, because of the bad weather, I think they gave the Eagles everything they wanted last week. I'm going to take the Patriots in the upset this week.
Okay. So only one Florida team going up there and taking care of business.
Yeah, well, the
I'll take
best
Fins.
one the best one in pro and college.
Fins for me.
Hight's taking the Dolphins. Law?
I hate to do it because I got the Dolphins doing pretty good this year too, but I'm taking them Pats.
I
don't really like New England so
Yeah.
in general, but I'm gonna take the Pats.
Okay. I'm going to take the Dolphins here. I'm going to take the Dolphins to cover the 2.5 points heading up into the weather. A lot of Tyreek Hill.
Don't forget now, if anybody's interested in a pigskin pick'em, Hight's pigskin pick'em.
Hey, we got to do
How can they get a hold of
our
it,
lock.
They can
Email us Big Ugly Sports. Is that what you want, or you want to get out your personal?
You can hit us up on Facebook or Instagram.
Take us
Messenger.
back on remind.
Yeah, $10 a week is what you do.
We got to do our
Pick
lock.
10 games.
Pick 10 games.
Any 10.
Against the spread. Yep. College and pro.
Y'all have a lock and run.
Oh, yeah, real quick. Let's do it. Let's go around the table. You got one, Raj?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
I got
Real quick, lock of the week. Dial in for this. We're running short on time here. We got to get it in because we were 4-0 in locks last week. So here are these. Go place your bets.
I've got James Madison just beat Virginia on the road, and got them +3 at Troy.
That's one thing I like about Raji now. That's when you're a football guy. He dives into some of these no-name games and pulls them out. I love it. You got a lot?
I got a no-name one
Who you got?
this week too. Liberty versus Buffalo.
I looked at that one.
I really like Liberty here by at least 2 scores.
I like that one. I looked at that one.
And while we're giving shout-outs, my brother-in-law, head coach over at Dodge, former Liberty Flame for a 4-year football player. So
awesome Stacey Noble.
Stacey Noble. So
Liberty.
Go Liberty.
Is it Flames? Blue Flames. Blue
Flames. Blue.
I thought
Right.
Blue Flames.
Right.
I'm going to have Wake Forest minus 14.5 versus Old Dominion.
After they smoked on Vandy last week a little bit.
Yep.
All right, mine is a little bit of a reach, but a lot of stuff going down on the Michigan State campus. I'm going to take Michigan State at home to cover against Washington. I think Washington's a little overrated. I think Michigan State's got a lot going on. They're going to cover 16 at home.
It's one of those
Spartans.
where they rally the troops. And
Rally the troops. So
hey, shout out Michigan State too. Though.
Yeah.
Give us Keon Coleman. I mean, best receiver in college football right now.
bring us home, Raj.
Just make sure you continue to listen to us. 5-star review and a subscription.
Hit us up on social media, Instagram and Facebook, Big Ugly Sports, and thebiguglysportshow.com.
Make sure you go subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down the bottom of the YouTube page if you're watching it. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you subscribe. Give us some feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Email us, text us, comment on social media, whatever. We want to hear from you guys. We appreciate your support. Thumbs up from Law. We are the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties. Whatever you're doing today, wherever you're at.
Get up on that bus. So proud.
Oh yeah, it was so nice for you to come today, Jason.
Because he always talking loud.
Chill
Swear he fired, but that he got time is weak.
everybody.
He really just blowed that he needed a hair
I tell you this,
piece.
if you keep talking,
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm
man.
gonna leave.
They call me
I'm
Big
fixing
Roger.
flat. I'm
but
leaving. Yes, I am.
sometimes
Oh, yes,
in the
I'm
cut,
leaving.
They call me Bebo.
You ain't gotta do
We
that,
stay
Miguel.
with the facts that you know we gon' discuss. Fussing or fighting, yeah, we get up on that bus. Yeah.